You just lost your best team member. They handed in their resignation, and now you're scrambling to replace them. But here's the question no one is asking. Could you have prevented this? Welcome back to the HR Space with Lillian, the place where we break down workplace issues into simple human language. I am Lillian, a PHRI certified HR professional, and I am on this journey with you. So we've already talked about why good employees quit. Today we are flipping the script. What can you actually do to keep them? Because retention isn't just an HR responsibility, it's a leadership skill. And if you are losing good people, it's time to look in the mirror. Let's be clear. Employee retention is your company's ability to keep its employees, and it's expensive when you get it wrong, because every time someone leaves, you are paying for recruitment costs, training time for the replacement, lost productivity while they are learning, and the morale hits to the team left behind. But beyond the money, here's what really matters. When your best people leave, they take organizational knowledge, relationships, and momentum with them. So retention isn't just about filling seats, it's about creating an environment where people actually want to stay and grow. Let me show you what really happens when company get this wrong. That is when retention completely falls apart. I want to tell you about someone. Let's call her Amma. So Amma worked in an HR department for 7 years. 7 years of learning the systems, building relationships, and doing the work. And her colleague, let's call her Ajwa. Ajwa had been there even longer, over a decade of experience. When their manager left, both women thought, finally, our time. We've earned this. But the company decided to hire externally. Now, external hires aren't bad. Sometimes you need fresh perspective, new skills, and expertise the internal team doesn't have yet. That can be strategic, But here's what went wrong. No one told Amma or Ajwa why. No one said, we need someone with specific experience in X, or here's what you need to develop for next time. And mind you, Amma and Ajwa had the experience and the skills the company needed at that time. They just brought in someone new. And the internal candidates were left wondering, what did we lack? Why weren't we even considered? So Ajwa, the one with over 10 years of loyalty, resigned a few months later. She was done, so she left. Amma stayed. She applied for Ajwa's position when it opened up. She thought maybe they will see me. But the new HR manager brought in his friend, someone from outside, someone he knew personally. And here's what happened next. Amma's chances of staying in that company were tied to her getting the role. When she didn't get it, she had no path forward, no future, so the company let her go. So 7 years of showing up, learning the systems, building relationships, and doing the work. And when it was time for her to leave, no one from management called her. No one sat her down to say thank you. No one acknowledged what she'd given to that organization. Her supervisor saw her at the entrance one day and said, oh, have you heard? You guys are supposed to leave by month end. Just like that. Like 7 years meant nothing. That's what happens when companies see employees as contract categories instead of human beings. When loyalty is treated as disposable. When the policy says so becomes more important than basic human respect. Amma left, and honestly, that company didn't deserve her. In less than a year, the company lost 3 HR professionals, one with over a decade of experience, one with 7 years, and the manager who left in the first place. Now let's break down what went wrong. Here's what this company did wrong, and what so many organizations do wrong when they lose good people. 1, they didn't communicate the decision. When you pass over an internal candidate for a promotion, You owe them an explanation and not the generic, oh, we went in a different direction. No, but real feedback. Here's what the role required. Here's where you are strong. Here's what you need to develop for future opportunities like this. Without that conversation, employees are left guessing. And when people don't understand why they were passed over, they assume there was favoritism, politics, or that their work doesn't matter. And two, they had no development plan for internal talent. Amma and Ajua had 7 years of experience, but no one had ever talked to them about what it would take to move up. No mentorship, no clear career path, no investment. There is no future for them. If you are not developing your people, don't be surprised when they start believing there is no future for them. 3, favoritism destroyed trust. The second time around, the new HR manager brought in his friend. That's not about external versus internal anymore. That's nepotism. And when employees see that, trust collapses. If promotion and hires are based on connections, not competence, why would anyone stay to work hard? And 4, they didn't see the domino effect coming. When Adra left, that should have been a warning sign. When Amma applied and got passed over again, that should have been another. But leadership didn't connect the dots until it was too late. But by the time they realized the problem, they had lost years of combined HR expertise. And the cost, recruitment, training, disruption to the entire department, loss of relationships and trust with employees who had relied on Amma and Adra. And that's what broken retention looks like. It's not just about the people who leave. It's about what the company loses when they go. So now you know what went wrong. You've seen what happens when companies fail at retention. But here's what you really want to know. How do you prevent all of this? What should this company have done differently? How do you make smart decisions about external versus internal hiring? And what are the actual retention strategies that keep your best people from walking out the door? That's exactly what we'll be covering in part 2. Because understanding the problem is one thing. Knowing how to fix it is another. That's what separates the companies that lose talent from companies that keep it. That's it for part 1 for the HR space with Lillian. If you've ever been passed over for a position you deserved, or if you've seen this happen to someone else, drop in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Next time, we are diving into the solution. See you then. And always remember, HR isn't just about policies. It's people. Don't forget to like, share, and then subscribe. Bye-bye.